Afternoon. Welcome to the Trll League Fantasy Football Show. I am your host, Bernard Bunby, like they say, Freeman, here with my co-host, Dub J, Warwick Johnson. Warwick, how you doing today?
Doing pretty good, bud.
You should be doing better. Yeah. We should both be doing better, but we're dealing with some things right now.
Right.
We're dealing with not as much on your side. I got a little more weight I'm trying to carry right now, but that's all right because I'm still going to bring you great entertainment. We're still going to bring you great content, whether I'm having a bad day or not. And I am kind of having a bad day, but we'll get to that later. First business at hand is in-house business. We always want to make sure that our house is clean. And we had combat in-house this week.
Buddy.
The Trillionaires and Dub J went to war. Now, I made a lot of very strong statements. I made some very strong statements about what the Rams will be able to accomplish, particularly at the quarterback position. And statistics and the record would show that I might have missed the mark on some of these comments. Dub J.
Comments.
Such as
the quarterback. You see, he played the whole game.
Yes.
Not part of the game, he played the whole game.
That's right.
And he basically dominated in his position.
Well, to be fair, your defense, I would credit them a little bit more than him, because your defense did a good job of keeping them off the field.
Well, Puka did have 16 catches.
Well, let's go through. Let's go through. Let's not put your foot around it. All right, we're not going to do those things right here. Let's look at gameplay. My quarterback, 19 of 27, 188 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. This is absolutely unacceptable. Now, I do know that we are working with 4 brand new players on the offensive line. There's no excuses. We got to figure this out. I'll take this L for y'all because this might be y'all first run at this, but we're not going to keep doing it. I'm not going to make no excuses for this team. They underperformed. Look at their quarterback, 21 of 29, 245 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. This man got half a back.
Yeah.
This man got half a back at best.
So that lets you know how the season go. With half a back, we still dominated with a dub.
Don't get beside yourself. Don't get beside yourself. You still got a lot of foot. As somebody had to tell me, Bun B, shout out to my brother G Spin in the Insiders League. Bun B, don't get too happy too soon. We got a lot of football to play. Let's look at this run game. This is, to me, the biggest discrepancy is the run game. As you know, Joe Mixon is out. It was originally looking like 4 games. I don't know if it's going to be just 4 games. Now, we picked up Nick Chubb in the offseason, which everybody thought would be a good addition to this team. He did not do bad. 13 carries for 16 yards, no touchdown. It's comparable.
Right.
Your guy had 18 carries.
Right.
66 yards. So you had more carries, less yardage, but you got in that end zone and you did get a touchdown. See, these kind of things. This is not a bad start for Nick Chubb as a running back, right? The problem is, we've got to be able to get the offense close enough for the man to get a goal line carry, to get in the end zone. We're not going to have any breakaway 30, 40-yard runs from Nick Chubb. I don't think the man is healthy enough to break free like that, to accelerate like that. And he definitely won't leave people behind, like DBs or safety or corner. Somebody's going to catch it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to really work on that and figure that out. Your guy, Kyron Williams, he's right in the pocket. He's doing strong runs, you know what I'm saying? It takes him a little bit more, but he's getting those first downs. He's getting to where he needs to. So even if he's doing a lot more of 2s and 3s, these are on 2nd and 3, 3rd and 3, right? And putting this team in position to get that arm out there and let that half a back get to who it needs to go. This is where things start to get very, very strange. Wide receiver position. Our leading receiver, Jaden Higgins. Now, I'm not mad. I'm happy that there's a little bit of chemistry between the two because he's the new addition. So I like to see him get involved. But the coverage was crazy. I have to admit, man, they could not give him enough time to make a play to get to Nico. Nico was invisible in this game. And I know a lot of people drafted Nico Collins as their wide receiver 1. And there were a lot of wide receiver 1s that did not perform in week 1, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm talking about my home team and my team. And then we look at a guy that looked like he's going to be, a top tier wide receiver for the next couple of years. He battled through injuries. He started bleeding out the damn eye. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of thugging I want to see from a football team. But I want to see it from my team, not my opponent's team. Puka Nacua, 10 receptions, 130 yards with some hard-ass runs. He took some really, really tough hits, too. I'll be honest, man. Puka takes a lot of punishment.
Yeah. At any given time, we'll give you a temporary fan pass so you can see how we
we're not talking about me. We're talking about your wide receiver. Don't see what I'm saying? There's a lot of football left to play. Guys getting antsy over.
You want a tough guy, you gotta.
That's not your only game. We got some more to talk about today too. So right now, let's take a look at everybody's week 1 competitions and see who did what they needed to do, who performed and who didn't perform. Who's our first combo up? I'm looking at the trillionaires and the self-made players. This is my team. I'm gonna take my L off top. I talk big and bad to the self-made player coach, the Don himself, Kiki. And we can look on this book because let me talk about this. Let me backtrack a bit. We realized that he had left close to 34 points on the bench. Normally, like I discussed last week, that would be something I could take advantage of. But the problem is he was starting Lamar Jackson. And I told y'all next week that one way or another, he'd be within 4 points, either 4 points down or 4 points up. He was actually only off by 3 points, but that's a pretty good guess on my side. Lamar Jackson. That was the really biggest discrepancy that I could see on here was the quarterback play. Lamar Jackson, 33 points, 33.36 points in this league for his starting quarterback. I started Drake May, 15.78. That's literally a plus 50% advantage at the quarterback position. That's a very hard obstacle to overcome in fantasy football. My wide receiver 1, 9 points. Pretty much getting his rhythm going, but you got to remember that game had a weather delay. So as soon as he got his touchdown and he started to get his rhythm going with Trevor Lawrence, they ended up on the sidelines in the back eating sandwiches. I think Brian Thomas Jr. was actually walking around looking for food for people at field level suites. But that hour and a half of off time threw off any rhythm that they built up in those first quarter and a half. And he just couldn't get back to Brian Thomas Jr. 9 points on the board. Now, Pacheco, their run game, I ain't gonna lie, their run game needs some help. Like Pacheco was a top draft pick, but I don't know if he's going to be I don't know if you're going to get what you're really looking to get out of him. Pacheco only gave you 4.8. And Genty, who's having a decent start, and he's going to get his feet up on him. Don't get it twisted. He only had 12 points. This is where I dominated in the wide receiver position. I got 18.4 out of Barkley, and I got 23.2 out of James Cook on Sunday Night Football. It was a really, really good game. And now let's talk about the rest of these wide receivers. Justin Jefferson, arguably our wide receiver 1 of the entire NFL. And they just couldn't get the ball to him. They just could not get the ball to him. Finally, he got his catch. Excuse me. I think in the third quarter, he finally got a touchdown catch, which actually sunk me in a whole other situation. But I won't even get into that. That was really the nail in the coffin for me because I was looking good for a while. I actually was leading in this game up until that third quarter when Justin Jefferson finally got that catch and that touchdown. And that was pretty much what sunk my ship. But I take my hat off to the Dawn. I take my hat off to the South, to the self-made players team. You guys fought a good game. We didn't get whooped. We did not get whooped. I barely lost by 4 points. You know what I'm saying? But an L is an L. So, we'll take that. What'd you say? 3 points? Thank you, Mr. Jennings. Really was only 3.1 points. So yes, thank you, Mr. Jennings, for that. We'll get to your game since you're keeping count on my score. I can't wait to keep count on your score. So we'll get back to you in a minute. But I'll hopefully see you again. I would love to see you again in the playoffs, self-made player. But let's continue on. Matter of fact, since you want to jump in this, let's talk about Killer Bees versus Team Double Dose. Team Double Dose. Your tight end position failed you. Miserably failed you. Your tight end position, which we don't normally look for tight ends to do a bunch of numbers. There's probably 5 top tier tight ends that are going to give you more than 12, 15 points, something like that. We know who they are. And you played against one of them by the name of Sam Laporta, Detroit Lions. And he hit you with 13.9. That is a 11 and a half point distance for you. That does not fare well. Now, to be fair, His quarterback did great this week. He had Jordan Love. Jordan Love gave you almost 22 points. Your adversary, Chase B, and this is going to be a problem for you all season, Chase B. You put a lot of cowboy eggs in your basket. You got a cowboy quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You got a cowboy wide receiver. And we're not going to argue about the talent. CeeDee Lamb is an amazing receiver, but them fingers, I don't know if he's eating a lot of biscuits. I don't know if he's eating a lot of pancakes or what have you, but he brings a lot of butter on his fingers into the field. You know what I'm saying?
They have a rivalry game coming up this weekend, so I look forward for him to bounce back.
Who they playing this week?
They're playing the Giants.
They got a lot of rivals because I believe that first game was a rivalry game too. The Giants is a rivalry game, and when them Commanders come around, that's going to be a rivalry game.
Definitely. He has to make up for that.
Yeah, but I mean, look, it's week one. A lot of people are not performing as well as they could. Obviously, Team Double Dose had Nico Collins. I mean, he just couldn't get the ball. We've got to figure out something with this offensive line. I'm going to be crying about these Texans for a minute now, but I'm trying to be strong. But Mr. Jennings, you lost by what looks to be 27 points. That's a pretty big L this week. What would you chalk this up to? Would you chalk this up to Mr. Andrews? You also had Tracy Jr. from the Giants. Let's see if he does better this week against the Cowboys. He had 5.5 points. A lot of your people, Mike Evans, that's another wide receiver that just did not get his ball. And Baker Mayfield played pretty good.
He did.
Played pretty good, and he won the game, but he just, for some reason, people are watching a lot of film on our top-tier wide receivers. People are taking a good look at the schemes that's being drawn up by these OCs. Some of these OCs are new as well. So they're trying to throw trick bags out there and all of that. But they're playing defenses that are not having it. They're just not having it. So I think we're going to see some better play out of our wide receivers. But for the most part, people that pick, let's say, a wide receiver with your first or second round pick, only half of us did anything. You know what I'm saying? Any real numbers at all. But we'll look at it. We'll look for that to pick up next week. Mr. Jennings, do you have any statements for your team?
Underperformance.
Okay. I like the fact that he's soft-spoken. Very few words. A lot of action, though, right? Few words, but a lot of action. Right? Okay, well.
We'll be back.
All right. I'll take your word at it. All right. Number 3. Our third matchup, but who's in the 6 because there's 12 teams, right? So number 3, our third matchup, and this was actually the biggest defeat in the league. And I don't know if this really comes as a surprise to anybody. We had the Hall of Fame legend, Andre Johnson, Blitzmaster Andre, who actually played the game versus Mo City Bo, who I don't know how much playing he did. He did a lot of professional talking about the game. And this was your guy that you brought into the league.
Correct.
Let's talk about the biggest problem. Again, here we go with these wide receiver ones. Brown.
Yeah, Brown definitely underperformed. 1 reception, 8 yards. That's not enough.
Now, that's not necessarily his fault, right? They've got to target the man.
Right.
To be
definitely.
fair, in order for him to be involved. You know what I'm saying? And this is another game where the quarterback played well, won the game, but kind of, I guess, had to do it. I don't know if the coverage was the problem on this game. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these guys obviously are going to get doubled in some of these games, especially if you've got top tier defenses. And the Cowboys still has a respectable defense with Parsons gone. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Also, Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle to me has always been a problem in fantasy football. He's got to share targets and he's got a quarterback that, I don't believe in Tua. I'm gonna just keep it real. I don't believe in Tua as a quarterback. I think he's serviceable. I think he can get it done, but I wouldn't put money on it. I wouldn't put money on it.
I believe since the injuries, the mental is not back there. It's not back. So he's underperforming. People thought he was going to do better as he came back, but so far he hasn't proved it.
That's 1.8. That's not going to do good for any receiver. Brown, 7 points. Wow. I mean, this is a wide receiver 1. That's unacceptable. Right. He didn't get a goose egg. He didn't do as bad as some people like Brown, but still 7 points, man. That's not going to work. And Waddle's injury prone too.
Right.
Waddle is injury prone. That's always been the issue with him, is that he never gets enough actual playing time for them to take full advantage of his talent because he's always injured. Also, Devontae Adams, another wide receiver 1. You know what I'm saying? 9.8 points. These things are unacceptable. And he played against a man who, first of all, Andre Johnson had the wherewithal to get Derrick Henry. Definitely. And he caught Derrick Henry in the snake. He picked up Derrick Henry in the 4th round. It was a huge pickup. And that team obviously got busy this week. And he also had Zay Flowers, who also, and let me tell you something, I love Zay Flowers as a wide receiver.
Right.
I always, for the last 2 years, I've drafted Zay Flowers. I believe in him. I know his quarterback can get him the ball, but sometimes that offense can be more run oriented than pass driven.
Right.
This game, they did the best of both.
Right.
Right. They had an amazing wide receiver play out of Zay Flowers, and they got incredible running back play out of Derrick Henry until
the fumble.
And this is not something that you see a lot of Derrick Henry.
Definitely.
You're letting go of the ball. He doesn't come with butter on the fingers in that sense.
It happens every once in a while, but if you have him on your team for fantasy, he's still going to do good. I
think this is about to put a battery in his back. I think this happening Monday Night Football, week 1.
Right.
I think this is going to put a battery in his back.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to feel a certain way because we've all seen these insane workouts. Right. We've seen how strong this man is. Right. But if you look at the actual play, the defender, it wasn't even like he was running. It's like the defender just kind of stood. And as Derrick ran in, just one good punch.
Right.
Just one good punch. I watched it over and over again. I was like, wow, he didn't even run towards him. He just stood where he knew he was coming and got that one good punch. That's going to haunt Derrick Henry all season.
Right. Same thing that happened with the Texans.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought y'all was there, but it didn't pan out as according, to being planned.
Look, we got some things we got to work on. We understand that as a team. I understand that as a fan. Don't let it get it twisted about my team. We got some things. We got a lot of new things going on. Yeah. Right.
Definitely.
So until those things work and we start gelling, we're gonna have some issues with it.
Yeah, I'm just happy about my win. That's all. A little bit of excitement,
I'm gonna let you have that win. I'm gonna let you have that win. It's not like I can't let you have it, but anyway, looking at Blickmaster Andre, the only problem I see with his lineup right now, and that's only right now, is George Kittle being injured. So he's going to lose Kittle for at least 4 weeks right now.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So but he's got Goddard on his bench.
Right.
So he can always put Goddard in. And Goddard did pretty good. Goddard did 11 points. He only did, 1 point less than Kittle. So that's pretty comparable. And Goddard's going to get looks. He's going to get targets.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
I think he's going to turn around. The surprising play, last year I had Deebo Samuel in 2 different leagues. And I don't know what happened with him in the organization. I know he had some injuries or whatever, but he just didn't look the same towards the end of the season. So I had questions about whether or not Deebo was going to be Deebo when this new season started. Man, Jane Daniels got him looking like a G out there. He looking like the old Deebo, you know what I'm saying? Which is a very solid receiver, but almost a bigger threat with the run.
Yes, definitely. He has the speed to get around the corners and be explosive. So I definitely think he'll have a better relationship being with the Washington Commanders and show up like he did his first couple of seasons with San Francisco.
Gibbs and A-Chain did okay for Chase B. I expect them to do better. Gibbs only had 15. But he's always going to give up touches to Montgomery. So
that split.
So that's always going to be an issue. A-Chain didn't look his normal self in the game at all. But kudos to Blitzmaster. 56-point victory.
Yeah.
That's rough, bro.
He dominated.
That is rough. But you playing with, we talked about this, right? We talked about whether or not Andre would have an advantage having played the game. It's obvious.
Yes, definitely.
It's obvious in week 1 that we have underestimated. I don't know why we would underestimate him. I wouldn't say underestimate. We just didn't know.
Right.
We just weren't
sure. Know his knowledge of fantasy football.
Absolutely. But he drafted well and his team is absolutely performing. So shout out to the Blitzmaster for that W. All right. The matchup of the week. I'm going to let you take this one. I'm going to let you take this one, Commish.
Yeah, I'm going to put it out there. We going to start it off, Yeah, I got the little sad face, man. Playing against my homeboy.
And let me tell you something. It's not just the fact that you played against your homeboy. You had some strong words for this man. When this man decided to change the name of his team to GOAT, you took personal offense to the point where you wouldn't, as the commissioner, even acknowledge the A and the T, much less the periods. Do you have a different tone this week?
No, I don't really have a different tone.
What?
I don't have a different tone.
You got won by 55 points.
Understand this, everybody. He had Josh Allen. Josh Allen got him 46 points on his own. But my team did underperform. Bo Nix, I was expecting more out of Bo Nix.
I was too. I'll be honest. I like Bo Nix as a quarterback, and I actually wanted Bo Nix as a quarterback in most of the leagues I played. Right. But someone always took him a little bit earlier.
Yeah, 6 points, that's not acceptable. So I am searching. Well, I did pick up another quarterback, so we'll see how I do my lineup going week 2.
And his quarterback did 40 points more than your quarterback. It's impossible. Right. So it's literally impossible, I would believe. Right. It would be an anomaly if you win a game where your quarterback underperforms by 40 points. That means other positions got to perform like 32, 35. They have to get higher, at least 8 to 10 points higher than the projections in order to come back from that. He had Metcalf. Metcalf did decent, playing with the Steelers now. Got 12 points out of him. Sutton, who I think is a stud.
Definitely.
I think Cortland Sutton is a stud. I've only been able to get him in one league this year. But that's a guy that's going to put numbers on the board. He did 18. That's respectable.
Right.
Caffrey. This man drafted Christian McCaffrey, which I think in almost any league was the most anxious pick anybody could make. Right? Because when he's in, he's in. Yep, if he's healthy and he's playing, he's dominant. He's going to get touches on the running side. He's going to get targets on the receiving side. He's going to take targets away from the receivers on the team. And he's going to put numbers on the board. And he did a respectable 23 points. We've seen better goings than that. But I think this is a respectable comeback. Right. Let's see how long he stays healthy and put these kind of numbers on the board.
Fun fact, he's a 49ers fan to heart. So really? There's a whole room full of just 49ers everywhere.
So he's dream job at this
dream job. So he actually ended up picking up his backup too. I don't know if anybody paid attention, but Brian Robinson. So just in case, McCaffrey goes down, he has backup. So.
Well, he's got, is it really backup or he just have somebody that'll insert themselves in the game when he's taken out? The next man up is, I can't say anything.
Basically next man
I can't say anything because we're starting with next man up. You know what I'm saying? And we got a ways to go. So I'm not knocking nobody, but I don't know. Brian Robinson. I honestly believe if he goes down, I think Garendo going to get more touches.
Think so?
Yes, sir. If you looked at Garendo at the end of that season last year, he got a lot of touches on the run side. He got all the targets on the throwing side from the receiver core. Yeah. From the running back core.
Yeah, it will be a position he'll have to earn because he's new to the team as well. So he'll have to find a way.
But he was there last year?
No, I'm saying Brian Robinson.
Oh, Brian Robinson, for sure.
So to get that job, he definitely would have to, come about, taking it from him versus just being plugged in because he's new to the team.
Your flex let you down. Kenneth Walker the third. I don't understand that at all.
Me neither.
Like Kenneth Walker had an amazing season last year. He showed up and showed out. Right. This is a very, very strange start.
Now they're starting to share the ball with Cabernet. So Cabernet is just fresh set of legs, and he's kind of trying to earn that position of being the starter. So I think he's just running hard.
To be fair, Cabernet put up some numbers last year, right? Like even from sharing targets, you know what I'm saying? But when he got his chance and got him, he did very well for this team. So they're not just going to put him on the back burner and give everything to him. No, I think it's going to pan
it's
out.
Still early. They got a new coach. And then, new quarterback as well.
Yeah.
So
offense is still working things out. I got it. Still though, you got whooped. Yeah. I'm just gonna say if Blitzmaster had not had the showing from Derrick Henry that he did, you sir would be sitting on the top of the L mountain. But that being said, man, you came out with the second biggest L, so you can pride yourself in that.
Yeah. First week adjustments have to be made. I do this. So just look forward to future weeks.
I believe it. In terms of losing, I think you do this. I think you do it very well. You were the second biggest loser, but you made an effort. I will say I only lost by like 3 points. Thank you, Mr. Jennings, for that correction, by the way.
All I can say is stay tuned. Stay tuned, everyone. Week 5, week 6, towards the middle. Well, look at each other's team, look at each other's record, and see how things are going at that time.
Hey,
but
there's a lot of football left to play.
AJ Brown, 1 catch, and we know he a stud. So me, 1 loss. Eventually, y'all will know who I am.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Next matchup, Go Time Gary versus Lightfoot Jerry. These might actually be the 2 highest drafted grades that we had in the league, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. I think one got an A+ and one got an A. Let's see how that worked out for Lightfoot Jerry, who had the top grade in the draft. Definitely. Which only means he picked the right people at the right time. It doesn't mean they're going to perform. Let's look at these teams. First of all, Purdy. Purdy did pretty good, but Purdy's going to be down.
Definitely.
Purdy's going to be down for at least a week or 2.
Yeah, I believe like 2 weeks minimum.
But he gave him 22 points. That's not bad. But St. Brown, Amon St. Brown, again, the recurring theme, these wide receiver ones. Honestly, these teams, they schemed against these players. They watched a lot of tape. They saw deficiencies and they took advantage of it. And again, I would argue half of the top receivers in this league put up, some very unexpected underperformances. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we'll see how these things pan out. He had Devontae Smith. Go Time Gary had Devontae Smith, gave him less than 5 points.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he did get a good showing from Baker Mayfield. And then pretty much he outscored Lightfoot Jerry on every statistic. Lightfoot Jerry, discusses football very, very often. I believe he has a jersey for pretty much every team in the league so he can support who's ever winning on his podcast, right? With their hat to match. And that's fine. But clothes don't make the man. You understand what I'm saying here? Let's talk about some of these underperformers. Tony Pollard, who is the lead running back. He's getting most of the touches, 5.9. Yeah. Swift, who started off good, to be fair. Swift had a decent game at first half until that third quarter, and then it just got away from the whole team. Right. So he did less than 10. T. Higgins. I love T. Higgins as a player. I used to draft T. Higgins often. Right. This is another performer that is injury prone. That's been the thing with T. Higgins. Because of the injuries, you don't get enough practice time. You don't get to build up and keep that chemistry with a quarterback. But to be fair, his quarterback was off.
Yeah, definitely.
This week. Yeah, let's be honest. Burrow was off this week. So I don't know if I can blame all of this on Higgins because he's coming into the season pretty healthy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Brock Bowers, 17 points. Put numbers on the board. You know what I'm saying? Kyron Williams,
Yeah, he definitely ate.
He ate this week, you know what I'm saying? So he did numbers on the board. Kamara, who I think is still very underrated. I think Kamara, the only reason Kamara gets underrated as he does is because he honestly doesn't have a quarterback that can take full advantage of his skill set.
Right. Open up that box for him.
Absolutely. Which he is more than capable of.
Right. Definitely.
He's one of the older running backs now. He's getting up there in age, but the performance really has been consistent.
Yes.
Season after season.
Regardless of his quarterback, he still does what he does.
And that's the only reason why I typically don't draft Kamara. Because he typically doesn't have a good quarterback.
Same.
But to be fair, he's the perfect running back to have on your organization if you don't have a solid quarterback.
Right. Dump it off to him.
He can always do some dip and dunks off to him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's going to do numbers. He's going to get between 80 and 100 yards a game. You know what I'm saying? So he's consistent in his play. They just need to get him a better quarterback, bro. They need to get a quarterback. Spencer's gonna be okay, but you guys really, I don't know why they don't concentrate on the quarterback position as much as they should. Yeah. It's like they lost Drew Brees and they just been downhill ever since. And it's crazy when your tight end gives you some of your best quarterback play in the season, but he's not good enough to start. This is a very strange thing. But to be fair, Gary put together a good team. Jamar Chase, because he's the biggest Bengals fan in the world, drafted Jamar Chase with his first pick. And Gary had the first pick
the draft. And
he picked Jamar Chase and
underperformed.
I mean,
2 receptions, 26 yards. That's not going to cut it. So.
But again, his quarterback had a terrible game.
Definitely.
And his quarterback is talented.
Definitely.
So I don't know if this is a mental thing. I don't know if Joe don't got the right haircut. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these things are driven by how Joe's hair is doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Might not be the right color. So.
Because I think he went like early 2000 Eminem or some shit during practice camp, right?
With his little blonde.
Nah, man, get out of Detroit. Get your Cincinnati haircut, bro. I don't know what a Cincinnati haircut is, but that's what you need. But congratulations to Gary on your victory and Light Feet Jerry. I don't know, man. Go to the academy and buy some more jerseys. You're grieving in Dick's Sporting Goods or something. But we'll see what happens next week, my friends. All right, and our last matchup this year. Now, this was the one. This was the game. I don't know if y'all were watching this, because look, we only got 24 people subscribed, so I get it. Half of those people in the room. But to be fair, this was a competitive game because, and I remember talking to him like the next day about this game. It was so close. And the last play of the game is what helped him win the game. Because Rome Odunze got a pass, scored points, then threw a pass.
Right.
And scored points. And because of that, it literally gave a 1.5 point shift. A literal 1.5 point shift to win this game. Now, we've been talking about Big Perk's drafting skills all week long. And to be fair, until that Bears game, Perk had been whooping the middle fingers. Perk was up.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Bijan Robinson gave Bandit some great points, 30 points. But that's Bijan Robinson. Like, he did what he was supposed to do. Perk drafted Mahomes.
So it offset.
Yeah. So those things kind of balanced out. Xavier Worthy. That was the knife in the coffin, the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Definitely. For the middle fingers. Xavier Worthy getting hurt, shoulder injury taken out of the game. Nothing First for that. Play. And because of the comeback by the Bills, his Baltimore defense, which was looking decent, it was comparable to the Cleveland defense that Perk had. But in that fourth quarter, chopped those points down to a -3. When your defense gets -3, bro, it's hard. It's hard to win the game.
Yeah,
because those are the little things that really, really come into play. Defenses don't typically give a lot of points like that. I had to deal with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that being said, these two teams matched up as perfect as you can get in gameplay. Now, it was a big discrepancy in projections, like a 16-point discrepancy. But as you can see, Terry McLaurin underperformed. DJ Moore underperformed. TJ Hawkinson underperformed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had some great players, but they underperformed for him. And even still, he was winning this game up until literally the single last play of the game. So shout out to you. He was excited about it too.
Yeah.
Because he was just looking at it the whole time. And they were slowly, you got to understand, if you watch this Bears game, Odunze was slowly getting more and more. And he was counting on getting him more and more involved. And I mean, and you got to understand, the last play was like a Hail Mary, like, just kind of shifted off to whoever you can shift it off to.
That's the fun about the fantasy. Like, regardless of the projections or whatnot, you may be projected to win, but you got to hit that play button. Once they get on that field and start playing, all the way till it's 0-0, you're not going to know unless you're up by, dramatic numbers, if you're going to win. When it's close games, you're going to be at the edge of your seat trying to figure out, like, oh, man, this and that. It might be an injury. So, like how it was with Xavier Worthy, I have him in my other league. So, like, boom, took me out, 0 points. So, it's hard to actually win when you have 0 points. And, of course, the defense, being in the negative at any time, because you start with usually like 10 points, but then you get into the negative, it's just you watching it drain as a field goal go through, as a touchdown go through. So you like, come on, just stop them, just run the ball, run the clock out. Be ready for the game to be over. But
that's the same thing I was thinking. Sitting there looking at Jefferson, like, just run the ball, just run it all over. Just don't give him nothing to do. And they couldn't find him with the ball.
Right.
They could not find Justin Jefferson with the ball for the majority of that game, but they gave him just enough play for me to lose to self-made players. I'm regressing. On this one though, he's got a lot of things where he can move if he wants to. He can move Odunze up to wide receiver, and then he got a lot of room as far as his flex. You know what I'm saying?
Play him this
He's got Warren on the bench, who amazing game for Warren. He's got Warren and Kelsey.
Yeah.
So his tight end game is really strong. And he's got Cedric Tillman, who played pretty well. So he's got some options to play. And he's got McCarthy on the bench. So I don't know if Joe Burrow don't show up this week and JJ kind of plays the way he played in that fourth quarter, he might have to swap Joe out. And that might be able to help him out a little bit, because I don't want to count Joe out. I've drafted Joe before. Like, I had him last season. And he took me to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's a competent quarterback for sure.
Hold on. That's enough pointers right now, because I play him this week.
Well, look,
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Hopefully you're not listening.
I don't think
you're not listening.
I don't think anybody's kicking Joe Burrow out of bed this week after week one. I think we've got a little bit more football to play, because again, they can regroup, they can recover, they can look at some of the mistakes they made, and they can make some changes. But it seems mental with Joe. It really does.
And I'm hoping the middle fingers make a mistake and put him on the bench.
Well, I don't know about that. All right, well, look, let's get into next week's play. Let's start with this Thursday night football game that we got this week.
All right. We have the GOAT against self-made players.
Oh, wow. So the GOAT gets, hold on, we'll start with league play first, and then we get to Thursday night football. And so tonight's Thursday night game is Commanders versus the Packers.
Right.
So basically, you got one of the strongest offenses playing right now. They're on the road. They're looking good. But this Packers team might have everything it needs to go all the way to the big game. Now, you have to keep in mind, the Packers team last year was a great team. Right. The only thing the Packers were lacking in was a pass rusher.
Right.
They got a pass rusher. Yeah. They tried to bluff us all week trying to say that Michael wasn't going to play week one. There's no way you don't start a guy like that in week one. He got a sack. Right. So the ball is rolling, and that's literally getting a sack without having the proper time to figure out exactly where you want him to be. But this is a guy that you can start at so many different spots that can get to these guys. He can really get to these guys. So, but that being said, Jaden Daniels is looking just as much of a stud as he did last year, if not better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's got some amazing talent around him right now. I'm really excited to see here's the problem. I like Terry McLaurin. Okay. I really like Terry McLaurin, but I don't know how you get to share targets when you got Debo at this level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Debo gets implemented in the run game and the pass game. Right. You know what I'm saying? So he's automatically going to get more action than Terry. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But Terry's the deep threat. So at the end of the day, 50-yard touchdown, 2 or 3 catches, 100+ yards, that's good enough.
Yeah, but Debo's a deep threat too. They're not gonna primarily line him up. Right. But if he get loose and break free, to be fair, Debo gets more points, more yards after catch.
Yeah, he's the after catch. Terry is the 40-yard catch and then after the catch. So
Jordan Love looked pretty good in the season debut.
I don't know.
I mean, he looked pretty good. I mean, I look at the game. Can he play better? Yes, absolutely. But he did look pretty good. We have people in this league that we would argue are better talented. Than him. Like, I would argue CJ Stroud might be considered a better talent than Jordan Love. You know what I'm saying? Not after this week one. Right. But I'm saying
overall, I put them in the same boat. Like, it's still to be determined in my opinion. Like, Jordan Love having 188 yards first game, like after the injury from last year, like I'm still trying to see which Jordan Love we gonna get. Like, is he gonna be really that guy, or is he just gonna be, like a game manager?
Yeah, we don't need no game managers out here. I'm a big fan of the Packers. I think they can go for it. Not big a fan as I am of the Texans, but I think they can go for it. But this Commanders team, though,
that's
bro.
the dominating team.
This Commanders team, like, really, really looks good. They're starting off on firing off on all cylinders, man. For real, at all positions.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. So far, he's been showing he's that guy. Usually, most rookies have regressed, sophomore year, but so far we haven't seen nothing. It seemed like a continuation from the first year.
I think it's a top-notch offense versus a top-notch defense.
Definitely.
That's what's going. Definitely. So we're going to get a good game.
So that's why I say Jordan Love going to have to step his game up to get that offense as high as possible towards the Washington Commanders. Then, we'll see a more dominant game from the Packers.
Let's see what they look like tonight. All right, let's get into this Trll League. NFL can talk about their league. They got ESPN and all this shit for that. Let's talk about this Trll League. First up, Trillionaires versus Mo City Bo. I'm ready. I'm ready for Bo. Bo is actually rated a little higher than me. But Bo ain't put nobody in his flex. He still got some injuries and some players that, I don't know, he still got to figure it out. Like he got Waddle, Jaden Reed, I don't know. He's going to have to figure something out. I don't know. Maybe Williams, the running back, I would think might be his best option in flex, but I don't really care because I'm going to whoop this fool. I'm really going to whoop this fool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Look, Garrett Wilson is going to continue to excel. Garrett Wilson had a great game.
Pick. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So he's going to continue to grow. Barkley, well, we're playing against Kansas City. Not going to be as easy as things normally are, but I think we still can do some work with him. And I got Cook against the Jets. So we're going to see. Strange. I love Strange. I picked up Strange, the Jacksonville tight end. I love this kid. He's performing exactly like they said he would. Okay. And I got Etienne in this game. I'm going to put Etienne up.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was going to be eating the way he's been eating. And then they just traded Tank.
So he's going to get even more touches because Bigsby said it's the Eagles now.
Yeah, I thought Bigsby was going to take his job, but hey, it changed.
I didn't see, well, I guess Philadelphia, yeah, I guess I could see them needing that running back, but I don't know. Now, to be fair, Mo's got Jalen Hurts. That could be 25, that could be 40.
Definitely.
Right? Depending on how they want to play the game based on the defense, right? Yeah. They're playing Kansas City. So I think they're probably going to go more in the air than the run.
Right. So AJ Brown should have a bounce back game.
Well, he's got both.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's got Hurts and AJ. He's got Devontae Adams. How you think they're going to play against Tennessee? They should be okay.
Yeah, they should be good. They should finally get the chemistry between Matthew Stafford and Adams should pick up as the season progresses.
Gibbs against the Bears, that's pretty fair, evenly matched. A-Chain against New England, I don't see it. I don't see him. They're going to have to go to the air with that a little bit more. Zach Ertz. That's who can get busy. That's who can get busy tonight.
Yeah, so tonight is a big night. You know, if Zach Ertz be explosive, then you're going to have to kind of look at your team again and maybe see if you might want to make some changes to make up for some points. But if he underperform, you already know, just hold what you got.
Well, I got Kansas City defense, so I think we can shut down the run. We might have we might have some issues with the passing game, whatever. But I think we can make it work. You know what I'm saying? So I will see you, Mo City Bo, in the part of the stadium where people go off in the corner and cry and deal with their grief. That's where I'll see you. That's where you'll be. And I'll walk over there. I'll take the walk. I'll come over there. I won't come to comfort you. I'll come to take a picture and post it on social media and catch you at one of your lowest points. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to make you 0-2. Welcome to the Trll League. All right. Second match. Can we do the matchup of the week? Can we do the matchup of the week? The reason I say that is because I just want you to see your boy GOAT up there at the matchup of the week again. He's already won the first one. So I don't know, my guy,
Yeah, that's a good little matchup.
Look, I think they're look, this is what's crazy about this, right? Their quarterback competition is a replay of last week's game.
Yes.
Because the GOAT has Josh Allen and self-made player has Lamar Jackson. They're not playing each other. Now, to be fair, Lamar's playing the Browns. Right.
He should dominate.
He should get busy.
He'll have a chip on his shoulder, so he's definitely going to overperform, in my opinion. Josh Allen, he going to do what he do.
And he's going to the Jets, so that's practically a home game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's not doing as much travel as most people are doing. He's got Metcalf. They got to figure that out, but he's also got Sutton and McCaffrey. McCaffrey's playing against New Orleans. He should get busy.
Right.
Sutton is playing against Indianapolis. I don't know how. It depends on how Indiana Jones is going to play this week. You know what I'm saying? He's got Jonathan Taylor, who is typically a pretty good running back.
Yeah.
He's going to have to figure out the play with Jones, though, to figure out how to make that work. Because Jones got a little bit of hero syndrome in him where you try to take over things, and he's a runner too.
Right.
So I just don't know.
Some of the touches, attempts.
They're the bootleg Jackson and Henry over there, trying to be a bootleg Jackson and Henry over there. Now he's got Ricky Pearsall, who I like. I like Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall and Brock Purdy has a great relationship. Unfortunately, Brock Purdy won't be throwing them the ball.
Right. That's
So-
going to be the interesting matchup.
So that's going to be the problem for him.
Yeah.
Now, this week, self-made, of course, he's got Justin Jefferson against the Falcons. That's going to be a good game. It's a pretty even match game. Smith and Jigba, who gave me some problems last week. They're playing the Steelers. That defense is pretty tough. So we'll see how that all works out. He's got Genty against the Chargers. I don't know about that one, but
Yeah.
Genty's still getting his feet up under him, so I can't write him off. And then Pacheco, man, I don't know.
Yeah, they kind of shut him down in a sense too. So, and by Genty being a rookie, we'll see how he do against that LA.
But Pacheco, ever since that injury last year, it doesn't feel the same.
Right.
He doesn't look as nimble, I would say,
Right.
which is a problem we got. You know what I'm saying with Nick Chubb, and we may have, God forbid, when Mixon comes back in. But hopefully they take time and let him come back fully healthy. Evan Ingram, who's in Denver. I'm not mad at that. He's questionable, but look, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Does Tyreek Hill stay in mind? How long is this gonna go on?
Yeah. Tyreek, I believe he should want to trade, in my opinion. He'll do better being at another team.
His quarterback can't take advantage of it.
Well, I believe, that too. But then I think the chemistry by the words he had last year with the quarterback just kind of messed up the whole chemistry with the team. So
The locker room is done.
Right,
Can we just be honest about that? The Dolphins locker room is done.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, I love you to death, but they don't respect it anymore.
Right.
They don't respect it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So even if Tyreek Hill gets a trade and leaves, the Dolphins are still in trouble.
Yeah.
Whether he stays or goes, that organization is in trouble. That football team's locker room is upside down. Like literally. He's lost the locker room. The culture is trash right now in Miami. And they're one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Right.
And they can't even enjoy it because they're losing so much. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But this is going to be a good game. This is a good matchup. Now, if he wins, what does he get? Because you say he got a period on the go. So if he wins this game and you lose, I'm going to put that scenario on the table. If he wins his competition this week and you lose, how do we deal with that, Commissioner, in terms of the name?
He'll still need some more time. He'll still need a lot more time. It's a long season. So at the end of the day, just because you won one time, just because you lost one time, it's going to take more wins to earn your periods and your letters. So don't be trigger happy. Like he sent me a text early this morning saying, I cut his son hair. I'm a barber as well. So he sent me a text, saying, can you get his son a haircut tomorrow? So I told him fine. But what got me was at the bottom, he put GOAT. So it's like he's trying to just rub it in my face of like, hey, this the GOAT speaking to you. So I told him, hey, man, you got to earn that. All you get is a period. So it's G.O. So he was like, out of all people, I should give him the AT. No, it don't work like that.
I feel like you brought this energy into this league. I feel like whatever it is between y'all, it's not new, it's old. And you came into this league as commissioner and brought who looks like your mortal enemy in fantasy football into this league with you.
Yeah, I definitely welcomed him in. The main reason because I was in his league. He was a commissioner at one point in time. So when I was in his league, I actually won the ship in his league. Mm-hmm. So it's a personal vendetta. He's been trying to get back. So I told him, come on in. Welcome to the league.
I'm going to say this, Commish, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way.
Talk to me.
But this hate that you're wearing, that jacket don't look good on you.
Yeah, it's not hate. It's just a proven situation that I have to prove again now that he's in my league. Because he's won in other leagues and he try and hold this chip high. But like I tell him, that's because I wasn't in the league. Now we're in the league together again, so we're going to see how it turns out.
So if winning on his side gets him closer to the GOAT, what do you lose on your side as he wins and you lose? What do you, because right now he's 1-0 and there's 0-1, right? So let's say next week, right? It's 2-0 and you're 0 and God forbid you're 0-2.
Right.
We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. What happened? What do you lose?
You come up with something. That's a fun fact. Or we'll ask the people, y'all come up with something. what should I lose if I choose to go 0-2, not by choice, but if I end up 0-2, what do you guys think I should lose or have to do? Not nothing too crazy.
I think you should lose the J.
To who?
I think you should lose the J.
Oh, wait.
I think you should just be Dub Dash.
Dub Dash?
That's it.
That's fair.
All right. Well, matter of fact, let's look at your lineup. All right. This week you are playing the middle fingers.
Yes, definitely.
Now, quarterback play, very interesting. He's got Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow obviously was off his note last week. Hopefully they figure some things out and work through that. He's playing Jacksonville, so that's going to be a shootout, right?
Right.
You have Geno Smith, who is playing pretty much how Geno Smith plays.
Right.
I think he's got a new breath of life.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? In Las Vegas, he's got a great new stud running back yet to be proven.
True,
right?
true.
And he's got Brock Bowers, who is one of the best receivers in the game, even though he plays the tight end position. Right. Guys like he and McBride are technically wide receivers / tight ends because they're getting the primary touches from the quarterback. So we'll see how that works. Ladd McConkey. I like Ladd McConkey.
Yeah, he's gonna do numbers.
He's gonna do some numbers against Las Vegas. Khalil Shakir. I don't think he's gonna get as many touches as Coleman when it's all said and done. I think Coleman, as from a receiver position, is the favorite right now. But he's bringing that Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm concerned about.
You got Bucky Irvin. Bucky Irvin's going to get dominant touches, but Bucky, I like Bucky. I drafted him last season on 2 different leagues, and he took me in one league all the way to the chip.
Right.
But I think we've seen what he's got now.
Right.
And Rachaad White, we've long seen what Rachaad White got. Right. And we've never really been impressed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're going to have to figure that out. What I do like is Ibuka. Yes. I do like Ibuka.
The 2 touchdown, man.
Yes. I think he's going to be a great talent. I think he's going to take some targets away from some people as well. But we're going to see. Hampton. He's got Hampton playing against you. I think we got to see a little bit more out of Hampton. I like what I saw out of Sampson. I do like what I saw out of Sampson.
Yeah, Sampson was
and I had Sampson on my board, but somebody got to him before I could. But Josh Jacobs, one of my favorite running backs, that's a workhorse right there. He's a 3-down back for sure.
Yeah, he's going to dominate.
You know what I'm saying? And goal line for sure. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So we'll see. Johnson, your tight end. How you feeling about him?
Oh no, I just picked him up. So
that's Juwan, right?
Right, Juwan Johnson. Mm-hmm. So I mean, to be determined, but he had 11 targets, 8 receptions, 76 yards. So
it's not a bad one, but again, you're going up against Warren. Warren looked real good in week 1. I think he's going to be a tight end that we talk about this season. You know what I'm saying? Adunze, I'm not really sure. I think that really figures on how Caleb's playing, honestly. But you got Johnston. What made you pick up Johnston? Quentin Johnston.
From the previous game. 7 targets, 5 catches, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. He looking for him.
I never would have drafted him.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, that was a really good draft pick because seen him move around a little bit last year, trying to figure it out. I think he's in a good home right now.
Yeah, definitely. Being arguably number 2 receiver, because I believe you have the slot receiver. There's always a go-to. I can't think of his name right now. It'll come to me. But I believe he's getting a lot of production. So take a chance on him.
Defensive play, I think this rating is about right. Baltimore should dominate the Browns from a defensive aspect. And you guys are playing Denver.
Right.
Denver's going to give y'all hell.
I don't know.
Yes. I'm telling you, they're going to give you hell. Sutton's going to give you hell. Bo's going to figure it out.
In game 2, you think so?
Absolutely.
I don't know. That's why I've been on the fence about, but I'll take that chance. Indianapolis dominated week 1 but they played Miami.
They still haven't even they haven't even decided whether or not they want Harvey to be the lead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They gave Dobbins more touches with that ball. But that 50-yard run tell me everything I need to know about Harvey. That's why I got him. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to give y'all the business. I think their defense is going to give y'all the business. So you're already, at this point, rated to lose. So the game is up to you.
Yeah.
Because All of the smartest minds in football and technology that put this together say you're going to lose.
As I told y'all before, don't go by the projections. Don't go by the projections.
No, we go by the scores. And we've been watching your scores. They're not great. They're not great. Next up, Killer Bees. Chase B versus Big Perk 409. This might be a dog walk.
Right.
I'll be very honest. This is not looking well. Obviously, Perk has Mahomes. Mahomes going to do okay. Breece Hall, I'm not mad at Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Breece Hall actually looks a lot better this year than what because last year his numbers just really went down.
Right.
You know, so I didn't really care for it at all. Jordan Mason, he still got a split with Jones, and Jones is actually still pretty good.
Right. But Mason did pretty good. Even though he got limited touches, he ran very well when he did get the touches.
Yeah, and Killer Bees, of course, you got that Prescott CeeDee Lamb situation, and y'all playing the Giants. It's a rivalry.
Right. Hit or miss.
That's a hit or miss game. I don't know, man. I don't think the Giants don't have it figured out yet.
Right.
The Giants don't have it figured out yet, and I know Prescott and Lamb can have it figured out. The Giants don't have a knockdown defense. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they should do some numbers. You got Marvin Harrison Jr.
Right.
Who's looking amazing.
Yeah,
these Cardinals, man, are literally like a whole 180 from last year.
Yeah.
You know, Kyler Murray looks good. He looks like Kyler Murray.
Right.
This season. Actually, he's got Marvin Harrison and James Conner. Yeah. Conner could be playing a little better.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'm not going to knock him. You know what I'm saying? He's playing.
Yeah, he did pretty much how he played. For his fantasy wise, 12 attempts, 39 yards, but he also a catching back. So 4 targets, 4 receptions, and the TD. Pretty
Chase
good.
Brown disappointed me. This Burrow-led offense in Cincinnati, man, they got to figure this out.
Right.
Like they got to figure this out real quick because they got top tier talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they can't take advantage of Stephon Diggs in New England.
Yeah.
I'm really actually not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm actually not mad at that. I wasn't sure how that was going to work going up there. But Drake May is a pretty good quarterback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got he's right there. Yeah, Drake May, I think, is right there. Like Drake May is waiting to take the step that Bo Nix took. Right? Okay. Like he's there. So he's there. I think they can get it figured out. This year. He's got Sam Laporta, the Killer Bees. That's going to put numbers on the board. He's playing Hockenson, but Hockenson didn't really do a lot. But they got a new quarterback. They're still trying to figure some things out.
JJ might.
I think they're going to scheme a little bit different for JJ. I think they see what works and what doesn't. I think they're going to try something a little bit different. But he's got his locker room locked down.
Yeah, definitely.
Like his team believe in him, so they're going to give him some. They're going to give him some action. I think Minnesota's going to figure this out a lot quicker than we think they are. Jerry Jeudy, I'm over Jerry Jeudy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So many promises of him being that guy, but he still hasn't showed anything.
And then you got the Green Bay defense versus the Cleveland defense. I'm gonna give it to Green Bay, obviously, but they are playing Thursday night football, so we'll see if that affects them, anyway. But the Browns, and you normally can count on the Browns defense.
Right.
But everybody gave a poor showing last week, so I don't really know. I don't really know about
still
that.
To be determined. And then, like you say, they playing Baltimore, so that's gonna be a tough matchup.
It's a dog walk. Perk, I'm gonna have to see a lot out of you. And let me tell you something. Perk is on his high horse right now.
What?
Perk is feeling a certain way because this entire league laughed at him.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out with one. Almost. But his team did a lot better.
Yeah, didn't expect it. Yeah, he almost got it close.
But your team, I think your team's going to look like we said this week. I think your team's going to look exactly like we said it was going to look, Perk. So, because he was another one that was capping.
Yeah.
That was
Keep
capping.
the receipts.
He sent Mr. Jennings a video. I don't think we should play it because it's not what he thought it was going to be.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, Perk, you too soon. Too soon. I would play it, but I don't want. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to humiliate you on the field, not on the screen. I humiliate you on the screen by points. I might put it on my IG. I don't know. Let's go to the next matchup on here. Let's see who we've got. Okay, Blitzmaster Andre versus Light Feet Jerry. This one also looks a little bit uneven.
Yeah, very uneven.
Well, obviously he's got to figure out his quarterback, right?
Yeah,
That's the
definitely.
first thing. Is he's got Josh Fields. He's got Fields on the bench, so he'll probably start Fields because Purdy's out. Fields is not playing bad.
No, he's not. He's
not playing bad.
Well. Yeah, seemed like he's got his mojo. Like he has some chip on his shoulder, something to prove. So
obviously,
and that matchup with him and Wilson, like it seemed like they done figured it out. That's his go-to guy.
Yeah, and much respect to Russell Wilson and all, man, but I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
No.
I think the experimenting might be done. I think we've got our results.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I don't know how long he's going to want to sit and play off the bench. He's a humble guy, but this is a lot. I don't know if he doesn't have some real success with this team this year. This might be Russell Wilson's last team. And so you've got Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors. We didn't get to talk about Neighbors.
Yeah, Neighbors was upset after that game. They couldn't get on the ball.
Yeah, that's a recurring problem with a lot of these guys is that they go to a team and look, Neighbors got drafted, so he really didn't have a choice in that situation.
Right. But top tier talent, and then you can't get the ball. That's upsetting.
That's another team that really needs to figure their quarterback situation out. Now, here's the 1-2 punch that's going to be the problem with Blitmaster Andre. Because he got that Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry combination again.
Yeah.
Over here I'm looking at, Purdy's going to be out. London's a little injured. This Tony Pollard, we still got to figure that out. He's got Trey McBride.
That's not enough.
I don't know if that's going to be enough. He's got T. Higgins.
He's still Cincinnati's still trying to figure it out. So. And
he's sitting on Debo in the flex. That's a dangerous ass flex. Yeah, Debo Samuels for Blitmaster Andre. 63% chance of winning. Starting to look like it as well. I don't know, man. They're going to put up a really strong one. To be fair, Andre's got the Vikings defense. That's a pretty good defense. And I don't even like calling him Light Feet Jerry. I know that's his real name. I don't like calling him Jerry. Dub. Light Feet Dub. That's what I'm calling Bubba. We got another Dub. Light Feet Bubba. How about that? Light Feet Bubba. Small town Texas. He's got the Steelers defense, and they're playing Seattle. They could probably take a little advantage of Seattle in that game. Right. To be fair, because Seattle's still working some things out. But I still got the Hall of Famer with the W in this one. I think Andre might be the team to beat in this league.
Yeah, definitely.
I think looking at that, unless he's barring any real injuries, he's going to be the team to beat.
Definitely.
This year. And I think that's it. Yeah, we've done Trillionaires, Killer Bees.
Go Tom Gary and Double Dose.
Yeah, Gary knows.
Oh, that's what we're missing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You get quiet too, huh?
Yeah,
you want that to slide under the radar, Mr. Jennings?
Thought it was over.
It's the Trll League. Win or lose, you got to put numbers on the board. Let's look at what you got this week. All right, now look, Baker Mayfield is going to figure this out. He's going to turn that around. Your problem is going to be whether or not Joe can get this figured out with Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
That's going to be the problem. It's Burrow. How long is it going to take for Burrow to turn this around? You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the thing. Now, Nico's got problems. Now, you got Puka. Puka's going to do numbers on the board. Hubbard, I expected more out of Hubbard. It's still early. I don't know what Tracy Jr. is going to do.
Yeah.
I think that's your problem area is going to be that. But just keep him right there so we can keep you in the losing.
Tracy and
losing column.
Mark Andrews, 1 catch. That's not going to be enough. 1 catch, 5 yards, the whole game.
He's always been typically a bigger part of this offense.
Right. But they have so many options now, so it's going to be interesting if they actually get them involved in this game, which they probably will because it shouldn't be a high-scoring game, so they don't need to just really have a lot of points. So we'll see.
Kyron Williams, go Tom Gary. He's got Kyron Williams, and he's got Kamara as well. Kamara's playing San Francisco. San Francisco defense is fairly solid, but they're going to have to figure out some things. Now, they're going to be a little off kilter because their quarterback's not going to be playing. So you might be able to catch them slipping on that game. Brock Bowers, questionable. How bad is this Brock Bowers injury?
It's not bad. He'll be playing. Yeah, they say day to day, but he'll actually be playing. They already have his numbers projected of getting 16 points. So he'll be fine.
Well, I will say this, Mr. Jennings, if his quarterback, Baker Mayfield, gets off, that means that your guy, Mike Evans, is putting numbers on the board.
Hopefully. Or he might be throwing it to my guy.
Who's your guy, Ibuka?
Ibuka. Yeah.
So, but again, we've talked about this jacket. We've talked about you putting this jacket on.
But if he goes to Baker Mayfield, if he does throw it to your guy, Mike Evans, at the end of the day, Baker's getting 6 points as well. So I don't know. I just don't know if this is the true changing of the guard. Like, just because Ibuka's getting hired, I don't think this team can be successful without Mike Evans actually having good games. Yeah.
I think they got to get him involved. So if Mike Evans isn't getting the ball, then Baker may be off a little bit. He's playing the Houston's defense.
And it's still early, though. They still have a top-tier wide receiver that's hurt.
And our defense is not bad because that was a very low-scoring game. It's not like they whooped the Texans. The Texans' offense just didn't look like they played well. Well, they didn't play well, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a manageable game. So, but again, if Texans defense does get off, that's going to hurt Mr. Jennings. Yeah. But, well, it'll hurt him in one position to help him in another.
Right.
And at the very least, you got Puka. Puka should get busy. They're playing Tennessee. I think they could dominate that game. So
right. And he has Los Angeles defense
against Tennessee. So
They'll do good.
I wish you good luck. I wish you a very high-scoring game and a loss. I want you to put your best foot forward. I want your players to give their best effort so you can be proud of them. So that when your team loses and you go in the locker room, you can give them an encouraging speech. And I think that's it for us, Commish. What do you think?
Yeah, that's it. So what do you guys think? Who you think is actually going to win in these matchups?
No, we don't care about that. We want to know what his punishment going to be. We want to know. I know you're invested in this league, the wins and the losses. I hope you're side betting and I hope you're winning because if you bet on me, your money's going to be pretty good by the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do a parlay. I wouldn't parlay against these teams. But I do want y'all to come up with a good punishment. I believe get rid of the J. Take his last name from it. Humiliate him. He's got a child. Humiliate him in front of the child. That's how these things work. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go. I'll humiliate him for y'all. Don't worry about it. Till Sunday morning, thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out again to all the subscribers, all 24 of y'all. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody starts small. I have no ego to bruise in these type of things.
Definitely. We just having fun and letting you guys explore it with us.
But tell a friend to tell a friend.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Until next time, we're at the Trll League saying, keep it trill.